so excited to finally be back recapping my Costa Rica vlog with you. Oh my gosh, did I have a time with my bestie that I met in college. This place honestly wasn't even on my bucket list. Her and I have traveled together to so many amazing places together. We started out simple, Punta Cana, Mexico. Gradually we went to places like Spain and Greece. We had a really cool trip planned for 2020, but we all know what happened to travel in 2020. But I'm so excited that her and I were able to reconnect, get our trip on and go to Costa Rica and really get to enjoy such a unique, beautiful and incredible experience. And I'm so excited. Seriously, like so excited to share with you a first-timer's look, places to go, what to expect in this recap of my trip to Costa Rica, especially not only as a woman, but as a Black woman. I know you have some questions. I'm ready to answer them for you. If you are new here, it is your girl Jordan of Little Miss JB Style, your pear-shaped shorty style guru. But obviously I talk about more than just style with today's travel recap. I have been traveling internationally ever since I was in high school. So I have plenty of experience traveling abroad, but this was a new destination for me. I really didn't know what to expect, not just traveling as a woman, of course, but as a woman of color. You know, different places react to us just a little bit differently than other women in general. So me and my bestie did a bunch of amazing things in just a short amount of time. We spent 5 amazing days in Costa Rica, flying into San Jose, catching a shuttle to La Fortuna, which was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right in the rainforest, you have the amazing Arnel volcano. So much to do, so little time, and I will say some things are a little spread out, as you'll see when you watch the vlog. We took another shuttle over to Jaco because we wanted a little bit of the party scene, the nightlife. We really wanted to see what Costa Rica had to offer, and this came on so many blog posts recommended as like the party town. I do have some thoughts and some feedback on that, especially if you are a girly looking to enjoy yourself. So much information coming at you in this recap. I also have put together a whole blog post that I've linked in the description below because that's going to cover a lot of like things to know before you go, COVID stuff, booking places to stay, getting around, things like that. So a lot of the more logistical, detailed look at my trip is on the blog. This is going to be a little bit more high level, just letting you see all the fun and activities that we had during the trip. Unless you plan to stay in San Jose, your first day is going to be dedicated to travel. We flew into San Jose Airport and immediately caught our shuttle to head to La Fortuna because it is a 3-hour drive. We opted out of getting our own car because I know my friend Chrissy was really worried about whether or not our GPS would work, getting lost, things like that. So we were able to get a private shuttle for about $80 a person. And it was really, really nice, super, super scenic. The driver was so incredibly informational and was willing to stop at dang near any place we saw along the way so we could grab snacks, have some lunch, grab a coffee. He made the ride very, very enjoyable. While La Fortuna has an amazing amount of incredible hotels that you can stay at, my friend and I decided that we wanted to stay in an Airbnb. She wanted to save a little bit of money and really wasn't feeling some of the hotels. Although I will say that I personally do wish that we would have spent a night at the spa that we went to. You will see it, totally worth it, and you will see why. But keep in mind, if you're looking at Airbnbs, especially in this area, a lot of them are actually shacks. So this was a combination of an indoor-outdoor place, but it was still super comfortable, exactly what we needed, which was honestly a place to lay our head in between running around and enjoying all the sights that La Fortuna had to offer. The thing I love most about our Airbnb is it actually came with its own waterfall pool, so you know we had to indulge in that after spending hours on the plane and hours in the car. We sat outside, caught up on life, and just really enjoyed being surrounded by nature. Soon our tummies were rumbling, so we headed to Don Rufio's. My friend is a very, very picky eater, and when I say she was impressed with the menu and enjoyed everything she ate, that is a big compliment because I'm way more open-minded and willing to try the local food, so I'm not as picky. I had some amazing octopus as an appetizer. This drink, totally worth every penny. Finishing off with a delicious risotto dish. Again, would recommend here, even if you aren't picky, just so delicious. Before I get into the rest of this recap, I am super curious, have you ever been to Costa Rica or are you planning to go to Costa Rica? Let me know in the comments below, especially if you've been. Share what your hands down must do excursion was for people who are looking to go to Costa Rica for the first time, so they can figure out what to do, where to stay, and make the best of their trip. Day 2, we had a lot planned. I'm usually an early riser on vacation. I love to just take a moment to myself to really enjoy wherever I'm staying at and really just express gratitude for being there. Because we didn't rent a car, we actually looked at a lot of different transportation to do a lot of the excursions for day 2, and we found this really cool hop-on bus. Unfortunately, they didn't pick us up from our Airbnb, so we caught an Uber into town at a meeting location where we got a really quick breakfast, a delicious fresh squeezed pineapple juice, one moment for the saints, because lords, it was giving everything I needed that morning. And our shuttle promptly arrived on time. I will say if you are in a rush, this probably wouldn't be the best option and you really could Uber, but it worked out for us. We ended up making it to the Arnell Hanging Bridges at around 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was such an incredible experience. From the views to the wildlife, this absolutely is something that if you enjoy the outdoors, you like to hike a little bit, you like to see the sights, I would absolutely recommend, because we got to see so many cool things. A note if you're not somebody who's in shape and you're a little bit worried, this is at most 2 miles all the way around, but they have plenty of exit points if you don't want to do the whole thing. And my friend was able to do it. It took us about a little over 2.5 hours. We took plenty of stops, enjoyed plenty of views. So don't think that if you're not in shape, you can't go, because we honestly passed like a pack of elderly people that were getting shown around. So this was really, really cool. The other thing I would actually recommend, I know people say to skip the tour guide, but if you really want to see the animals, absolutely get a tour guide, because they're gonna know where the animals hide. They talk to each other about where they've seen animals last. So you're gonna get the most out of this experience. The last thing to keep in mind, hanging bridges means hanging bridges. So if you are afraid of heights, you might want to skip out on this one, because when I tell you I had to give my friend a pep talk across each and every bridge, I felt so bad, because I absolutely did not realize she had such a fear of like bridges and heights, but she made it like a trooper and we had so much fun. But please keep that in mind, because you literally will be hundreds, if not thousands of feet above the rainforest floor, but the views, to me, hands down, absolutely worth it. We finished just in time for our shuttle to pick us up and take us to the next spot, which was the La Fortuna Waterfall. When I say we packed a lot in, because there are 500 stairs. This is something that I feel like a lot of people overlook when they decide that they want to do waterfall hikes no matter what country they go to. You're gonna have to hike to about 90% of them. A lot of them are not just like you walk up and take a cute picture. Many of them involve stairs, climbing, going downhill, coming back uphill. So just keep that in mind as you choose what to do, because while the 500 stairs might not seem like a lot at the time.
1 of 500, 2 of 500, 3 of 5. Look at this. 497. Look, 500 steps of 500 steps to the waterfall, 500 steps to the falls. We take one down, pass it around.
Still 500 steps to the waterfall.
No, less than 500, because you already did part of the 500. Oh my God, get it right.
It's definitely a lot, and I'm so proud, like I said, of my friend, because she was so worried about not being able to make it, but she was a trooper. It took us, I would say, to get down super quick, like 20 minutes maybe. And then we spent a good maybe hour and a half down in the waterfall. And we specifically chose this one over the Rio Celeste because you can actually get into the water right next to the waterfall instead of just having to go downstream like you would with Rio Celeste. So this was such an amazing experience. As you can see, the water was just this amazing color blue. It was freezing though. Please keep that in mind. You want to bring yourself some water shoes and probably like something warm to wrap up in afterwards, because I think so many people think that the water is going to be warmer than it is. It is not. It was ice cold. So just keep that in mind.
My angel. Look at my angel. You look so good. The walking in the water is graceful. What you got over here?
That's fine. That's cute. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it.
But then after we really enjoyed the waterfall, going back up those stairs was definitely a test. But I was so proud. Like I said, she was really nervous that it was going to be hard for her. We made it back up.
That's about the
in
halfway
under
point.
like an hour, which was really impressive, to be honest. And to reward ourselves, we grabbed not only a drink, but some lunch at the lounge that they have on site. So this was such an incredible experience.
So did you die?
But did you die?
Did you die?
No, you didn't. I told you, and you be questioning me. Exactly, you ain't died out. I knew it would be. I had faith.
After all those stairs, we knew we wanted to hit up a hot water spring afterwards. So many people recommended Tabacón. Unfortunately, we could not get reservations in time, so we ended up at the springs, and this turned out to be a way better option in my opinion, because for the same price, we were able to get 2-day access to the spa and resort facilities, which was immaculate. First of all, the view, so incredible, and they had hot water springs not only right next to obviously the hotel itself, but they even have a shuttle that goes deeper into the rainforest and has springs in the rainforest. You can have your own private oasis away from everybody else on top of on-site excursions. So this was a really good deal for the fact that we paid the same price as we would have at Tabacón to get to be here 2 days in a row. So my girl Chrissy and I just hung out here literally 4 hours, grabbed drinks, had dinner, and it was such a great way to end the day. If you are finding this video helpful, interesting, entertaining, do me a quick favor, hit that like button. That helps this video reach even more people, especially women who are looking to travel to Costa Rica. Day 3 started out a little bit rainy. The great thing about December in Costa Rica is it's not the rainy season, so this only lasted maybe 30 minutes. That gave me and Christy plenty of time to pack our bags, grab an Uber, to luxuriate back at the springs. We wanted even more spa time. Just after seeing the grounds, this gave me plenty of time to go back and snap a couple of awesome pics. So I would wholeheartedly recommend, and this is why I say I do wish that we would have sprung for a hotel stay, especially here, at least for one night, because it would have been so worth it. Plus we would have saved a little bit on our Uber ride and could have just spent the night and woken up here. We enjoyed their buffet breakfast, and when I tell you, it was immaculate. So many different options to eat. It was less than $20, and your girl got a latte.
That's a coffee bean. But it was for aesthetic, but I didn't realize. I thought it was like chocolate, maybe. What the aesthetic baby is. You see how they do me? They want to get me right. Of like me and who I'm with and us talking or any of that, I'll just be like, and so here's the stuff we did. Okay, enjoy. Have enjoyment, right? Like, you don't need to see me. You don't need to see us. You don't need to know what we talked about. Nope. Because it's probably scandalous. So enjoy the good things.
We found out that we could get the whitewater tubing in that Chrissy really wanted to do, so definitely a lot of fun for day 3. If you have never been rafting or tubing, Costa Rica boasts of like the best place to do it, so it was really great that we were able to work this into our super packed itinerary. And the river at the springs was a level 1, level 2, so super easy and a great way to try it out. We had so much fun. The guides were super helpful. They made sure that my friend did not tip over because she was so nervous about it. But you were able to go down the river twice and really get to enjoy the experience. Afterwards, because this put us way closer to a lot of the hot water springs that they had tucked away into the rainforest, me and Chrissy decided to go ahead and take this moment to find a cute, secluded hot water spring for us to relax in before catching our shuttle to Jaco. Our shuttle driver that we booked through my day trip was so amazingly kind, and he stopped to show us a sloth on the side of the road that he had seen earlier. He was so fun. Again, I really do love being able to talk to locals when I'm in a different country, so it was really nice that he spoke English. He had water for us, and again, was super helpful and willing to stop anywhere we wanted to stop. So again, more snacks, more food, because it was almost a 4-hour drive from La Fortuna to Jaco, so we definitely had to keep ourselves entertained. Please keep that in mind as you are planning your trip for Costa Rica. A lot of stuff is way more spread out than most people are used to. And I had this experience when I was in Iceland. Just you needed to make sure that you were taking into account how long it would take to get from one place to another, especially because there's a lot of hills, there's a lot of one-lane traffic. So if there is an accident or something like that, you could be backed up for quite a while. So please, please, please keep that in mind, whether you're considering renting your own car or going through a shuttle service like we did. You just want to make sure that you are prepared, because a lot of people at a place like this forget to take into account the amount of time that they're going to spend in a car traveling. Personally though, I did not mind. I loved getting to see the scenery and doing something like this, going from basically one side to the other. You get to see so much of the country and truly get an appreciation of it. Like, it was so gorgeous. One of my favorite road trips to this day. And I've not only road tripped in Iceland, but also in Arizona, so that is saying a lot.
Thankfully that didn't hurt. It just sounded really bad, but this is 30. Your knees pop.
Fairly loud.
Hey.
In Jaco, I knew I wanted to stay right on the beach, so we ended up at the Crocs Resort, which we got extra points because they are a Chase partner, so that was really, really exciting. And we had an amazing room with this incredible view, totally worth every penny. But you know, after a long day, we were super hungry, so we decided to go and get cute and found this amazing restaurant in Jaco, just off of the Skywalk, called Graffiti Wine Bar. And when I say the food here was hands down the best food I had the whole trip. Like, I really wanted to come back here a second night in a row. It was so delicious.
Tourist takes video. Oh, that's my jam. Why are you trying to hide? Hey, girl, don't hide yourself. Divide, what is it? Don't hide that. Divide that, what? Don't hide that.
For our last full day, we decided we wanted to have enjoyment. We hung out on the beach. I got up early to get myself a coffee because Crocs had their own coffee shop inside the hotel, and it was delicious. And the pastries, so good. So Chrissy and I spent most of the morning on the beach. Then we migrated into the pools where we had our own DJ. We got drinks from the bar. We just had so much fun jamming out, listening to music, dancing, giggling. We basically wore ourselves out, sitting in the sun. So we took a cat nap because, of course, like I mentioned, part of the reason that we decided we were going to Jaco was to enjoy the nightlife. So we scrambled for dinner because honestly, the original place we had in mind turned out to be closed down with COVID, which a couple of places do. So keep that in mind. I will say it's a little hard to kind of look at places in advance. So if you are a picky eater who likes to see the menu, you're gonna have a hard time with that generally in Costa Rica because a lot of places still don't have their stuff up on the internet. But we ended up at the green room. I will say that the drinks and the vibes were top tier. The food, however, was not my favorite. So keep that in mind because I know that this place gets recommended a lot. I was not a huge fan of the octopus dish I had, but when I say the drinks were absolutely worth it, I would come here to pregame in a heartbeat. Then we ended up at Orange Pub because, you know, being a girl and a black woman, we were trying to find a place that was going to play our music. I will say it was an interesting experience. They did play a lot of our music, but they also played a lot of Spanish music as well as reggae. So this was fun in terms of music. However, ladies of the night are a very real thing here. So keep that in mind. You're going to see women basically in sheer clothing with nothing but nipple covers and like thongs, so keep that in mind if that's not something that you're used to. So if you're looking for a club that plays our music, this was it. However, if you are thinking you're gonna like pick up a sexy man and have a little, you know, moment on vacation, I wouldn't hold your breath here. Like, I don't feel like this is the place for that. The last day, I literally dragged myself out of bed because I really wanted to do a quick photo shoot on the beach, but after that, we packed our bags and we caught our shuttle to the San Jose airport. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. Again, keep in mind travel time and expect delays, because what should have taken an hour and a half ended up taking us closer to almost 3 hours. So we were really close to missing our flights. So keep that in mind, please, as you are heading back home, to give yourself plenty of time to make it to the airport and lounge around. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this vlog. When I tell you, like I said, we had a time. It was so much fun and it was such a great experience. There were so many things that I was surprised by. Not only the fact that like Uber worked really well, which we were so nervous about, but how safe we felt, how welcoming everyone was. The food you saw, because the food banging. And then obviously the little bit of awkwardness I talked about with the ladies of the night at the clubs, giving it just a different, interesting vibe. Like, my overall thoughts, honestly, Costa Rica is such a gorgeous, gorgeous place. Even on the rainier, overcast days, it's just breathtaking, and there's so many mountains and the weather is absolutely immaculate. So I really hope that you found this video helpful. In fact, I'm curious what you felt was like the most helpful part of this video. Leave it in the comments below. I feel like that will help other people watching the video and me as I make vlogs in the future, because I have some really fun trips planned for this year also. And thank you for watching all the way into the end. I hope you got a great idea of what Costa Rica has to offer, some ideas for an upcoming trip if you have one, or just really got some entertainment, some laughs, and were able to really enjoy the world through my eyes, through my vlog. That's what I want to help with, not just helping you dress your best, but helping you see the world out there and build that courage to get out there. I know traveling, especially if you've not done it before, if you're not experienced, it can feel scary. It can feel kind of daunting, but there are so many amazing places you can go, especially as a woman and a woman of color, that you're gonna feel amazing. You're gonna have a great time, and it's really gonna give you that travel bug, and you won't want to stop. So thank you again, seriously, for watching all the way through. Stay tuned, because in a couple of days, I already know what you're gonna ask, so I'm putting together everything I wore in Costa Rica to give you an idea of what to wear on a tropical weather vacation, because I know it can be really hard to pack sometimes, especially if you have excursions that require a little more sweat, but you also want to look cute because you want to get the pictures. Trust me, as a content creator, I totally understand. So I will be sharing my outfits, what I recommend, what I would have changed, to give you a great idea as you're looking at packing for whatever next great vacation you have. So stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. Bye.